In this short video, I'm going to share with you why is it so difficult to lose fat. Here's a common question that I'm asked quite regularly in my emails and DMs. Why is it that I can lift weights, eat super clean, and even try intermittent fasting, but my body still holds on to fat? Like, why is that? The reason resides within the fat cell in and of itself, and today I'm going to share with you exactly why. First, let's get into cellular biology, and I promise I'm not going to bore you. Okay, quick little overview. Here's the mitochondria. It's known as the powerhouse and the energy factories of the cell. Then we've got the nucleus. This is ultimately the command center of the cell. And then we've got the cell membrane. Interestingly enough, the brains of the cell resides within the cell membrane. We've got something called endocytosis, right? So fuel going into the cell. And then we've also got something called exocytosis, essentially waste going out. And this cell, this environment is very, very, very sensitive to environmental factors, right? Its environment, stress, toxins, hormones, all of these impact the cell. Now, healthy cells have a beautiful dynamic of endocytosis and exocytosis. Fat cells, it's kind of like sludge. Not so much. Not a lot of in, not a lot of out. This is a muscle cell. These are the powerhouses of our body's ability to contract and move. There is a high output of metabolic demand, which means they require a lot of energy, and they don't necessarily reproduce as easily, and that's why it's so difficult to rebuild damaged muscle, because it takes time. Now, the fat, on the other hand, is so much the opposite. They are incredibly good at one thing. What do you think that is? Well, they hold on to fat. There's almost no limit to how big a single fat cell can get. Now, look at it. It's quite simple. Here we've got so much fat. We've got a tiny little amount of cytoplasm, and we've got a tiny little nucleus where everything else is stored in this fat. Xenoestrogens, hormones, toxins, environmental factors. And unlike a muscle cell, fat cells, like I was saying, they can get bigger and bigger and bigger, almost with no limit. That's why people have got huge fat bellies. And guess what? The more fat that they store, the more cytoplasm and the more the nucleus gets shrunked up. And literally, it loses its ability to respond and function. It's kind of like fat storage becomes static, right? It means that there's low blood flow, very, very low enzymatic activity, low mitochondrial function. And so what happens is there's a very low metabolic turnover. It's kind of like burning a log, a wet log that's completely dense, and you can get no spark, no air. It's very dense. You can't really get much out of it. So in order to burn fat, you need to do a few things. You've got to signal to the fat cell to release the stored fat, which is known as lipolysis. Then you've got to get that fat into the bloodstream via various specific hormones and messenger signals. Third, you've got to transport that into the mitochondria so that it can burn it. And then you've got to be able to oxidize it. Now, what are some of the obstacles? Insulin resistance, right? So the body's ability or inability to utilize sugar as fuel, right? Then we've got estrogen dominance and xenoestrogens. That plays a huge, huge role on the ability to burn fat. Then we've got low blood circulation. Then we've got challenging hormones, people that are too estrogen dominant. All of these play a major role impeding your ability to burn fat. So here's another analogy. It's kind of like trying to get money out of a bank. You need the right PIN. You need the right signals. You need the right code. You need the right environment to burn that fat. Okay, so here are 5 easy tips to burn fat. Fasted walking. Low intensity, just go for a walk first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. That'll help with movement. That'll help with recruiting insulin equals driving in glucose into the muscles. Number 2, contrast therapy. Hot and cold improves blood flow, increasing the blood flow to the fat cell. Number 3, just lowering your exposure to toxins, really trying to staying away from plastics, metals, processed foods. All of these lead to excessive fat storage. Number 4 is ketogenic diet, low lectin, trying to staying away from processed foods. All of that will help the body's ability to burn up fat. And then finally, intermittent fasting, right? Time restricted eating. All of this can really help your body utilize fat as energy when you essentially deplete glucose and glycogen. If you appreciate this video, if you liked it, hit a subscribe, hit a like, share this with someone, even comment below how this is going to change your life. What are you going to do to start to burn fat. And then finally, if you want to work with me, if you want me to help you one-on-one, click the link below. It's a simple application form where I'll be able to serve you in my best capacity, help you lose fat. Maybe you are a parent, maybe you are a business person, and you've really allocated a lot of time into your family or your professional life, and you've kind of let your health fall by the wayside. Well, it's okay, but it's an opportunity for you to thank yourself, and now you are in a position where you can further invest into your health because you've kind of laid the foundation either with your family or your work. If that interests you, again, click the application below and we can work together, and I can help you completely eliminate all the fat that you've got and help you turn into a muscle machine. Gut Whisperer out.